Previously on Story Hoard.
If you could bring the ones responsible for this back to us, or at the very least, find the relics they stole from the temple and bring those back. We're trying to right a wrong that was done to this town. We're going to test some things out. Make sure you're really ready for the road. The other two teachers kind of roll their eyes at him, but assume ready stances.
They're gonna go ahead and chuck a fireball at the guy holding the sword.
What are you doing? Can't I just take the weirdo in the huge cloak then? Isn't he enough backup?
I, for one, would like to have fireballs on our side if anything comes up.
These three will be back in a few days' time, should all go according to plan.
There he is.
Here he is.
I guess.
Spooky voice in my ears.
Disgusting.
Oh, and
He's such a creep. Just sitting here listening to everything we say, recording everything.
It's not like he's
quietly,
judging.
Never saying a word. You don't know that. Trying to be judging us.
Well, he's not like adding commentary to the recordings, which is all I can ask, so.
As far as you know. Maybe he has a blog where he like updates every day. Everything he's
Talks
been up
about
to.
you behind your back.
Yeah.
Spooky.
He's like, I had oatmeal for breakfast, and also I had to listen to these 4 girls do Dungeons and Dragons podcast, and it was terrible, and I'm done with it.
I'm sure that's exactly what goes through his robot head.
Yeah.
Oh, also, just want to double check everyone's mics, everyone's levels looking good. Everyone got like a headphone or whatever, your situation all squared away, water bottles, what have yous.
I have my fort.
Very cool.
Went pee earlier.
Very nice.
Thanks, Mom.
Just doing some checks, just making sure we're all on board and ready to strap in for a good time.
I am munching on food, but
Mhm.
it does not seem to be picking up on the mic.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Oh, shit, yeah, Kev, whenever your food gets here, if you need to, like, run off, like, by all means, just...
got it.
I got it.
Oh, what? Oh, thank goodness.
I'm currently eating Chinese food.
Delicious. So glad. So happy for you.
Chicken fried rice.
Hell yeah. Tasty
Delicious.
stuff. All right. Well, I think we're set to get started. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
Very cool. From when we last left off, the early morning air of the range is crisp as the three of you make your way out of the basin in which Harth is settled. There are a few passing travelers making their way along the road you're on, and the sound of nature and passing conversations carry through the air. It is another peaceful day in the Great Range as the three of you make your way south towards the trader's caravan as marked on the map left behind by the clowns in their escape from town. And as you're walking along the path, you all, have your gear. It's been a bit of a rough start to the day. Whether or not you are interested in making any conversation, or if you'd like to walk in silence until the next sort of narrative beat is on you. Is there anything anyone would like to say to anyone right now?
Yes. Okay, Momori walks over to Sildra. I feel like maybe reaches out to put a hand on Sildra's shoulder. Hey, about earlier, I just wanted to say, or rather apologize. I shouldn't have lost my temper and gone after you.
I mean, yeah. That wasn't cool. Don't do it again. Maybe we can be fine if you show that you're not gonna kill me? But other than that, don't talk to me.
Fine by me. Yeah, Momori's fine with this. She's just gonna walk in silence, I guess.
Are we gonna have any silence breaking?
Yeah, I mean,
Dear God.
this is a great
This is the worst.
first meeting to get to know each other. You guys may walk in silence for another hour or so just on the road. I wouldn't say you're still waking up, but after the scene back at the estates, I think you're all kind of okay keeping your distance from each other for a little bit right now. And as you continue walking along, as you know, as said before, there are a few other people passing by, making their way to different parts of the range, different settlements, different destinations. You're on a fairly main road heading south from town, so you're hardly alone. And as you're walking along, you may or may not have noticed small little shrines that dot the roads of various complexities and with various relics and items left behind as tribute. And as the three of you continue to walk in silence, you have to almost walk over a particularly disheveled shrine that's basically spilling out onto the road. It's roughly put together out of stone and wood, and the relics it's holding are noticeably plain and unremarkable compared to the ones left behind at the more well-kept shrines you've passed so far.
Wait, did anyone even tell us what these relics were that were stolen? Because people give all sorts of shit to the gods, so how are we supposed to know if it's stolen or if it's just some garbage that the clowns have?
I thought that you knew what it was.
I don't.
Fuck.
I couldn't care less about what was stolen. I just want to make sure that whoever did this is held responsible. Therefore, I wasn't paying any attention at all and did not ask these important questions.
Right, so I guess when we find them, we should just steal everything that they have, just to cover our bases.
That sounds good with me.
Yeah, I feel like if we find who did this, we find the relics.
Can I tell what shrine this shitty shrine, what god this shitty shrine is for?
Yes, I'm also curious.
Okay. Make a... There's a stat for, like, I guess no,
Perception?
what...
There's a
History
religion check?
Yeah, make a religion check. That's what I was looking for. I knew there was one, like, with regards to this kind of thing. Yeah, make a religion check, each of you, if you want.
Momori could not care less.
17.
Okay, I got 14 plus 4, 18.
Ooh, you guys rolled very well for this, yeah. Mateo and Sildra, as you guys kind of stop to have this brief chat in front of this kind of dilapidated shrine, you see a tiny little seal that looks similar to like a little pouch, and you recognize the sigil of a smaller regional god around here, Santony, the god of lost things. And this sort of not very well kept shrine on the side of the road, it's for this smaller, less significant god in this area. The people that passed by it probably were doing so not super motivated, but enough to be like, okay, I'll walk by, I'll leave something here, why not? I got some spare change, this and that. There's some knickknacks there. There's a handful of change. There are small candles that have been melted away to nothing. And sitting propped up at the back of this kind of tiny stone and wood shrine is a very old, very kind of stitched over multiple times little stuffed rabbit doll with glassy beaded eyes. And as you look closer at this little object, the eyes start to shine with a magical light.
Momori steps back. Steps back.
Yeah, I
couple
don't like that.
steps. Hides behind a tree. No, I don't hide behind a tree. But thinks about hiding behind a tree.
I'm looking closer.
You hear a soft voice, and it calls out to you. It says, "Oh, travelers, if you have any wares, any patronage you are able to send my way, I might be able to offer you a humble boon in return. I'm but a small god who can only do small favors. I will understand if this is not to your liking. If you continue on your way, be safe and travel well."
Can you tell us where some lost relics are?
Provide patronage, and perhaps I will be able to locate your missing things.
Sildra starts rummaging through their stuff.
Momori pulls out a hand axe and gets into battle stance. As soon as the voice happened, she's preparing for battle. She's not gonna attack, but she's ready.
Because that's worked so well in the past, they say.
Listen, I don't know why you would be trusting a ethereal voice coming out of a rabbit doll, but do so at your own peril.
Rabbit, I lost an eye a couple years back. Would that cover it?
Are you asking me to locate your missing eye?
No, I at this point I don't want it. I don't think it would be any good to me. I'm saying, does that somehow cosmically end up with you since you're the god of lost things? Do you just claim everything that is lost?
I don't lay claim to things, but I know how to find things. When things are loved and then lost, those things remain in the hearts of people. I trace things from those leftover imprints. And when I trace things, I'm able to direct.
See, I was hoping that you owed me something.
How do we know that you're telling the truth here? You have no proof of this whatsoever.
Sildra puts down 3 gold pieces.
The eyes kind of have a very quick little shine run across them. And Santony, the god of lost things, says, "A blessing upon you, kind traveler. The things you seek lie deeper in the woods, to the south. Follow the trail until you find a clearing. The ones you seek will be waiting. They're not going anywhere anytime soon."
Well, we already knew that. We had a map. So why don't you give us some more pertinent information?
Provide patronage, and perhaps I can help you find what you've
Alright,
lost.
can I kill this thing now? Are we done? Can we leave?
Are you always this charming?
No. But Momori's gonna look very, very cool as she inches away from this talking stuffed rabbit.
Well, I wouldn't worry too much about this thing. It looks like the god of lost things is going to become lost by itself, looking at the state of this shrine.
The stuffed rabbit's head kind of falls to its little rabbit chest kind of sadly and says, "Indeed, as a lesser god in these places,
I do my best to receive what prayers and offerings I can collect from weary travelers. But most likely I will fade in time, as we all do. But in the time that I have, if I am able to help those who need me, I'm happy to lend my aid where I can.
Guys, what if I just took this rabbit right now? Like, what would happen?
Don't
I mean,
touch it.
you could try.
I really don't know what happens. I'm really scared of that, actually.
I pick up the rabbit.
This stuffed rabbit, it's about as heavy as you would expect a stuffed toy full of, it feels like maybe sand or beads would be. It's strangely warm for having been sitting inside of a stone shrine on the side of the road in the early morning. You feel a warmth coming from it, like a small heartbeat.
Oh, gross.
Gross. Disgusting.
Are you
Life,
in the
ew.
rabbits?
It is a conduit to be present in this world. For right now, I am here in this offering that was left for me. If there is another shrine erected for me elsewhere and another conduit is left, I will be there. Gods are tricky like that, I suppose.
Yes. Are you done, Mateo? Can you put it down now?
Can I do some kind of thinking based on my knowledge of gods and stuff to tell if it would be a good idea to just like put this in my bag?
Just based on like general cultural knowledge, it is considered in poor taste to take an offering from a shrine without leaving something in return. It's not illegal, but
Ooh, tradesies? I can do tradesies
you can do
for a
tradesy.
god walkie-talkie.
There's no saying that Santony will stay in this little bunny, but
We did put down some gold.
I take out my notebook and I write down on a piece of paper IOU, and I take it out, rip it out, fold it, and just put it in the place where the rabbit was.
Mateo?
What?
You're not bringing that with us.
Why not?
Oh, why not?
It's-
You afraid of a little rabbit?
Absolutely. I am not interested in having any dealings with any gods, rabbits, or otherwise.
the stuffed rabbit head kind of lolls in your direction, Momori, and its glass bead eyes shine at you.
Don't mess with me.
I wish no harm on you, kind stranger.
Yeah, lot of good that does people when gods don't wish harms on them. Mateo, could you please put it back?
Hey, I'm just thinking that if we lose anything, we can use this as like a homing beacon for it.
You need to give it. This is a fair trade type of situation. What? You need to give it something else.
I'll take
And
anything. I'll give it a
besides-
rock.
Momori looks at the god, at least the small rabbit that is currently housing the god, looks back at two new acquaintances and lowers her axe, turns on her heel, and walks south. Fine.
Nice knowing you.
I'm going in the just if you want to take the stupid god rabbit thing, take it. I don't want to be responsible for it.
Sildra, if we lose her, we just ask the rabbit.
Yep, we can just do that.
I hate you all. That was Momori.
I put the rabbit in my bag so that it's like, I don't know, do I want its head sticking out?
No, that's even worse.
When Momori says that she hates us, Sildra does kind of like a heart sign with their hands.
Oh, that's an anime friggin' toadstool of a
It's not like they're doing the little like
thread.
K-pop finger heart.
I hate you all.
I just put the rabbit in my bag.
That's
I like
fine.
make some space for it. It's not like I'm like shoving it in wherever.
Mm-hmm.
You left an IOU for a god, Margaret? An IOU note? As if you used up all the milk in the fridge?
Yeah. What's the problem?
Oh, this is going to go great. No problem here. Fine.
As you walk away from the shrine, you get maybe 100 paces away, and you feel that warm little heartbeat from the stuffed rabbit go away. And you see a different knickknack at the shrine take up that kind of ethereal shine to it. And Santoni calls out and says, "I'm tied to my shrines, but the doll you possess now, it will aid you in finding your lost things. When you feel a heartbeat,
Don't need any help.
when you feel a heartbeat, you'll know you're nearby something that you're looking for. Or maybe you don't know that you're looking for it at all. Lost things are funny like that."
Cool.
Hate everything about
All right.
So this is me, DM, saying that gods are tied to their shrine or temple. They don't live in these objects that you take. But when you take an object from a shrine, they've been blessed. And so with the power of that god, you just now have a cool new magical item. So you now have the seeking hair.
I can't believe there wasn't any consequences for that much disrespect.
You don't know that.
I can't, DM, I'm just shocked and awed at your kindness, benevolence,
I made a trade.
and
Hey,
gentleness.
hey, you don't know that.
Yeah.
You know as much as your characters know right now.
My character is not touching that. My character had no part of that. My character has left, is walking.
You all continue on your way past the shrine to Santoni, and you're just following the map. You're headed south, and sure enough, per the god's directions, you continue on the road until you reach a wooded space, and you go through these woods, and they're relatively unremarkable. There's a less obvious trail forward. Trees, nature, it's a little bit buggy out. It's August, it's summer. Probably getting chewed up a little bit. And you continue walking. And the deeper into these woods that you go, you start hearing voices. And you get the impression of an argument going on.
I'm rolling for perception, Grace.
Okay, roll.
To perceive what?
I want to know, like, what's happening. That's what you do in D&D, right? Like, I just want to roll to peep the trees.
Sure.
Sorry, I'm struggling to get my dice in a beautiful, like, romantic jar, and it's so noisy whenever I pull them out.
Clink clack.
14. Wait, what are my stats?
I think Momori, you get +3 to your perception. I think if I'm looking at your sheet right.
Passive wisdom. Oh, here. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's what did we call it? Like a nasty 17? We called it something really funny in the first episode when someone got a unnatural
There is
20.
a dirty 20.
Like a grungy.
A dirty
grungy 20.
A dirty, grungy, filthy, nasty 20, except this time it's a 17.
Yep.
Sure. And you rolled a big, stinky, nasty, needs to be cleaned 17.
Needs a bath.
It's just, it's a little bit like crusty. It's
Dirty.
gross. But on that 17, as you're kind of making your way through the underbrush of this wooded space, Momori, you're naturally kind of light on your feet, and even with your various bags and gear kind of weighing you down, you're able to kind of keep your presence relatively light as Sildra and Sildra and Mateo are walking behind you. And as you hear these voices growing closer, the deeper into the woods you get, you can tell that these voices are young and they are rip shit. There is a very intense argument happening, and the closer you get, the clearer you can make it out. You hear sounds like maybe 3 separate voices all shouting over each other. And one says, "It was supposed to be a smoke bomb. What were you thinking? You were supposed to be in and out and not get seen." And another voice says, "We were assigned to prove ourselves. That's what I did. You should be grateful. Look at what I managed to grab from us, okay?" And a third voice says, "Look, just we're gonna be back at camp in a couple of hours. Just can you two please keep your heads on for 5 minutes? Like, look at poor Bobino. He's freaking the hell out." And you hear kind of like whimpers as again you're listening closer into this conversation, and the further you get, you start to see the clearing that Santoni had described to you starting to appear, and you see 4 figures circled around. 3 taller, teenage-sized figures kind of confronting each other, and 1 small, round, very upset-looking child sitting on top of a large burlap sack with his hands over his ears as he's kind of trembling and upset at the situation unfolding.
Can I use my compass?
Ooh, yes, use your compass. Do me a favor. Actually, that's just a use it twice a day, I believe that description is. Use twice a day and then
Yes.
recharge. Yeah, do me a favor and yeah, I think for the compass you roll 1d10 just to kind of determine how strong of a sense you get of like
Okay.
a magical item, how accurate it is zeroing in.
I got an 8.
You pull out your silver and glass arcane compass, and the gilded needle on the face of it is pointing very fiercely towards the little boy in the bag he is sitting on. But you notice that the needle is wavering between the boy and the tallest of the other 3, who is wearing a full body cloak that is covering their entire person head to toe. There's a hood up. They're just a shape versus the other 2 who Sildra, they're all within eyesight at this point. You guys have approached close enough. Sildra, you recognize the other 2 as the teenage clowns that were manning the station at the traders market back in town the other day. This third person no one seems to recognize.
Guys, I think there's some
Momori,
magic
sneak
shit in
back.
the bag.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was gonna ask if we could do a huddle, but I guess we're already huddling. Yeah.
The 3 of them are fully occupied,
like-
plus a shaking Bambino or Bobino. You 3 are unnoticed at this point.
It sounds like most of them didn't want to, buddy. It's just the one of them wanted to set a bomb off. And it sounds like they are part of that clown circus thing. So, and they have our stuff. So, I mean, do we use the element of surprise and just beat up these children? I feel weird beating up children.
I don't know if they actually wanted to hurt anyone. is the thing. I think they were trying to do some stupid marketing stunt. I mean, they said something about a smoke bomb.
Someone did say that they wanted to prove themselves, and this is how they wanted to do it. So one of them definitely did want to kill people.
There could be one
Cross that
person with a
off.
vendetta.
Yeah, one person is like completely crazy, and the other three are just like disturbed. They like sad children. There's one serial killer among them, but I don't know. Should we just get that guy?
I don't know,
That
maybe
guy
they could be
first?
reasoned with.
Okay, yeah. Let's try reasoning first. I like that idea.
Like, they stole the shit, we just want it back.
Yeah.
You don't
Alright.
want them running away, though, right? So
Ah,
No.
shit, I guess we do need the freaking...
No.
We were told to apprehend
Let's
them,
do that.
weren't we?
yeah.
Yeah, but let's do this. Let's have one person approach them calmly and ask if they would surrender the relics and also explain what the heck they were doing. And then the other two sneak behind them for when they run, because they're probably going to run. Right?
Alright, you're the cop, you try to persuade them.
I think that the person who has the most rapport with them should go ahead and approach them. Looks meaningfully at Sildra.
They kind of shrug. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. And
Alright.
just walk
Mateo?
over towards them.
You and me are gonna sneak around.
Okay. Alright.
Alright. Yeah, we sneak around unless Grace wants us to roll a check.
When you say sneak around, are you getting closer?
sneak
Like
around back.
where are you sneaking?
I would go through the woods to try and
Yeah.
get around to the other side of the clearing, kinda.
Sure.
Yeah. Same with Momori. And I feel like we're on opposite sides, right, Mateo? We went opposite ways, right?
Sure.
All right, that's fine. These clowns are still in their argument. They've not noticed you. If you two are splitting off, you're welcome to position yourself on whichever end of the clearing you want to be. Sildra.
They're like, even before Mateo and Momori are like fully in position, they're like already walking over with one hand in their pocket and the other hand kind of waving and just like, hey, you okay?
4 sets of eyes turn towards you, and you see the crying little boy on top of the sack. Kind of his eyes go wide when they land on you, and he says, "Hey, that guy's from the town from before. Is everyone okay?"
I mean, like, as okay as people can be after they've been blown up. Are you guys okay?
The teenage girl kind of whips her head back to the cloaked figure, and she says, "See, you blew people up. What was wrong? What were you thinking doing that?" And gives them like a shove, and they stumble back and they say, "It was their mistake for being in the temple one way or another. They had it coming."
Oh, so you all wanted that to happen.
The other clown, he's an older teen. He's looks maybe closer to your age, Sildra. He puts his hands up and he says, "Whoa, no. We..." he kind of smiles and pushes his hair back. These clowns, by the way, are all wearing partial face masks from the nose up. It's their clown troop indicator, so to say. He pushes his hair back and says, "We weren't looking to hurt any people per se. It just was unfortunate collateral damage, and we are so sorry." And he kind of elbows the cloaked figure. He says, "Our bad. Oops. Listen, not gonna happen again. Look, we're on our way out. We're not gonna cause you guys any more trouble. And what water under the bridge, right? Right, gang?
I mean, what were you trying to do if you weren't trying to blow up people with a bomb?
The cloaked figure turns toward you, and you see that their mask is actually a full mask that completely obscures their face. And the voice from behind says, like I said, we were sent to prove ourselves. We did our duty by our troop, and then some. And if a couple mindless followers of some undeserving gods got singed for it, then it's not really that big of a loss the way I see it.
Oh.
So, are you all clown worshippers?
The teenage girl says, "Okay, we don't worship clowns, okay? It's the theme. Look, we didn't vote for it, but we're not gonna we can't really go against the aesthetic of the troupe, okay?"
Uh-huh. Sure.
Terrorist organization had a moment. They're like, you know what's really cool, guys, and really in style right now? Clowns. Let's do it. And immediately, everyone was like, oh no, what a mistake we've made. Now we have to stick to it. Oh gosh.
You gotta commit.
Have to commit to the cause.
Commit to the bit.
The older teen boy kind of he has a wooden staff with him, very elaborately carved and designed, and he twirls it over his hands and does a cool little flourish with it, and he says, "At the end of the day, we are a group of performers first, and you know, when sales and attendance to our shows are running low, we have to find ways to sustain our group elsewhere. And sometimes that involves tastefully borrowing from some local temples. Again, not usually involving hurting people, but accidents happen,
Gotcha.
you know?
Yeah, I get it. You're thieves and terrorists.
The cloaked figure squares their shoulders and says, "We're not terrorists. We're revolutionaries."
Look, I don't judge. I mean, I'm not a fan of the gods either. What kind of revolution are we talking about here?
The cloaked figure stands up straight. She says, "We're a group that's looking to illuminate the public as to just how misguided they are putting their trust in gods. We know better, and more than that, we are better than those mindless
Oh,
worshippers.
okay.
And we're going to..."
Can I cut in? Momori's done about this. Momori's coming in with Nugget. It's not the meteor hammer head, it's a training head full of like sand.
Mhm.
But Momori's coming after this person.
Oh dear.
Absolute death. Momori is coming in hot. And I would also like to say something.
Go for it.
So your way of enlightening people is to kill them. And she swings her meteor hammer
I
directly at their face.
need you
She's
to
going for the
roll-
headshot.
Hey,
Yeah.
Maddie,
Yeah.
Mads, I need you to roll. I need you to roll that dexterity.
It's gotta have like
regret
sneak attack
everything
or
right
something
now.
here, Grace.
Well, Grace,
Yeah, roll with advantage.
roll with advantage. My first roll was a 19.
Ooh.
Second roll was a 17. So yeah, I would say a 19 plus Momori's, you said Dex,
Yep.
plus 2. So enjoy that 21, Stupid.
Aha.
clown mask idiot.
Your meteor hammer sails through the clearing and clocks this person directly in the head, and they go spinning backwards. The other two teens are in shock and caught off guard, and little Bobino has his hands over his mouth.
Can Momori
And-
keep shouting?
Real quick, while
Yeah.
like the second Momori came out of the clearing, Sildra
Yep.
kind of cast minor illusion to make it look like there were like a wall of roots sprouting up out of the ground and surrounding everyone so that the kids wouldn't leave.
Ooh.
Excellent. Ugh. Smart. Little fish.
Sick.
Yeah. Yeah, Momori's like screaming. Okay, yeah. Me, myself, and my character are pissed. So you think you're gonna start a revolution by killing people? Is this person still alive? Did I murder them? Are they on the ground, Grace? Are they
take
responding to
damage?
me?
Yeah, what kind of damage?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, Maddie, can you just roll? What does Nugget roll for damage?
No. That's a good question. Specialty weapon.
Roll 2. All right, for Nugget, because it's a nasty weapon. It has its lesser.
Well, every time I use
less
it, it's
damaging
gonna
head-on.
murder. It's either gonna murder them or it's gonna murder me. So I feel like it's pretty.
Well,
yeah.
you landed the hit, but you've got the training
Yeah.
head on, so it's
I
not
wasn't
as
Can
lethal
actually
as it
kill
could
them.
be.
Maybe a little.
So, roll a d10 plus your strength because it's such a heavy weapon.
This is a D10. Dear God. Yeah. Okay. I found it. That's a 6 plus my strength is it's a plus 3. So it's a 9.
Machi. Okay. I'm just gonna with that big hit and with you shouting down this person who is kind of like bowled over on their hands and knees, they turn to you, Maddie, and their hood falls back and their mask was slapped into the woods. And it's the face of what would be a young woman, except for the fact that she has the eyes and ears of a cat.
Cat girl.
And as she's holding her forehead, you see sharp talons and a slight tufting of fur along her knuckles. And she narrows her eyes at you. And she says, "What difference does it make if a god strikes down mortals? At least when humans do it, we're on even footing. And when humans are taking down humans for debasing themselves by sitting at the feet of some high and mighty deities, I'd say it's a worthy cause to get behind."
Sildra is gonna go ahead and like smack him with an orb.
Yes.
Sildra
Like-
takes out a basketball.
Let's see. Which damage should I use?
Jesus.
I'll go with cold. I'll throw like a snowball at them. A chromatic snowball
Okay.
that yeah, let me go ahead and roll an attack.
See if you hit.
Ooh. 8.
Huh?
8. Yesterday,
Just
8
8 up and
well,
down?
I like
No
the
modifiers?
attack bonus is 5. I rolled a 3.
Okay. Sildra, you hurl this orb at this cat girl, and she dodges gracefully and flips back onto her feet. And with the ambush shock kind of being over, the other two teenagers stand with their comrade and say, "Well, so much for talking things out peaceful style." And the girl's hands catch fire boy twirls his staff a little bit more aggressively as the cat girl stands up and wipes some blood off of her face and bares her claws. And she says, "All right, let's play."
Story Hoard is produced by Grace, Maddie, Margaret, and Kev. Our theme song was written and composed by Vocal Outburst. Follow for updates and artwork on Twitter and Tumblr at StoryHoardPod, or visit our website at storyhoard.card.co. You can find all these links and more in the description of this episode.
Very unrelated, but slight divergence to talk about Peeper and or Peeps.
Oh, so cute.
His meowing.
His meowing. His sad cries for attention.
Oh.
He was horny, don't feel sad for him.
Okay.
Horny cries for attention.
Poor boy.
Like, get the fuck out of
Feel
here.
bad for him. Sounds like a personal problem.
I can't help you, go away.